Welcome to today's episode. We're diving into the world of bridge packers and glazing shims, two unsung heroes in construction and glazing.
Absolutely, they might sound technical, but these tiny components can make or break a project's quality. Let's start with the basics. What exactly are bridge packers and glazing shims?
Bridge packers are essentially spacers designed to support and align anything from windows to doors during installation. Glazing shims, on the other hand, help ensure that glass panels sit perfectly within frames, avoiding stress points.
Right, and without them, you could end up with misaligned windows or even cracked glass. It's amazing how something so small can have such a big impact.
Exactly. Have you ever tried to install a window without using shims? It's almost like trying to build a table with uneven legs. Everything just wobbles.
I have, and it's a nightmare. The worst part is you might not notice the issue until much later when drafts start sneaking in, or the window doesn't open smoothly.
That's why precision matters so much. Bridge packers come in different sizes and thicknesses, right?
Yes, and color coding is often used to tell them apart quickly. It's like Lego bricks for grown-ups, but with a much more serious purpose.
I like that analogy. Speaking of purpose, do you think most people realize how critical the right shim or packer is for structural integrity?
Honestly, probably not. People see the glass, the frame, maybe the handle, but the hidden parts, they're out of sight, out of mind.
That's so true. But if you skip the correct packer, you risk uneven weight distribution, which can lead to frame distortion over time.
Or even glass breakage, especially with large panes. I've seen installations where a lack of proper shims caused cracks months later.
It's a classic case of penny wise, pound foolish. Saving on small components ends up costing more in repairs.
Exactly. And it's not just about support. Shims help with drainage and thermal performance too, don't they?
Yes. Proper spacing allows for water runoff, reducing the risk of leaks and mold. And if you get the insulation right, it helps with energy efficiency.
That's vital, especially now with regulations getting stricter on building performance.
I've noticed that modern bridge packers are often made from high-strength plastics. Gone are the days of using bits of wood or cardboard.
Thankfully, the plastic versions don't rot, compress, or react to moisture. But I do wonder, do you think all installers have switched over?
Not always. Some might cut corners, but reputable suppliers, like Always First for Fixings, only stock professional-grade shims and packers.
That makes sense. Their range includes different load capacities, which is crucial depending on the weight of the glazing.
Absolutely. Imagine using a lightweight shim under a heavy double-glazed unit. That's a recipe for disaster.
I've actually heard stories of windows slowly sinking because the wrong packers were used. It's like building a sandcastle with marshmallows as the foundation.
Great image, and it shows why product selection matters. Do you think there's enough training for site workers on this?
Training has improved, but there's still room for growth. Sometimes it's assumed to be common sense, but the specifics really do matter.
Agreed. In your experience, do clients ever ask about these components, or are they usually unaware?
Most clients never know, they just want the window to work. It's only when something goes wrong that questions are asked.
That's why working with reliable suppliers is so important. They can advise on the right product for each job, which can make all the difference.
And it's not just about the shims themselves, but also how they're installed. Placement is key for load distribution.
Right, spacing them correctly at the corners and along the sides, depending on the frame size and glass weight.
There's a kind of artistry to it, even though it sounds so technical.
True. It's a bit like tuning a piano. Small adjustments make all the difference in the final performance.
I love that comparison. And just like with music, you don't notice the background details unless something's out of tune.
Exactly. So, when it comes to bridge packers and glazing shims, the details are what keep everything in harmony.
If you were giving advice to someone starting out in glazing, what would you say about these components?
I'd say never underestimate the small stuff. Pay attention to the specs and don't be tempted to improvise with whatever's lying around.
I'd add, get familiar with the codes and color systems. It saves time and headaches on site.
And always double-check your packer selection against the manufacturer's recommendations.
You know, it's funny how in construction, the invisible parts often end up being the most important.
Isn't that the truth? It's like the roots of a tree, hidden, but essential for everything above ground.
So next time someone admires a perfectly installed window, they should give a silent thank you to the humble bridge packers and shims.
Definitely. Maybe we should all start a campaign. Respect the shims.
I'm in. On a serious note, though, for anyone listening, if you want lasting results, invest in the right fixings.
Well said. And with suppliers like Always First 4 Fixings, finding the right product is easier than ever.
Before we wrap up, do you think innovations in materials or design will change packers and shims in the future?
Possibly. Maybe new composites or smarter, self-adjusting shims. But the principle, precise support, will always matter.
I agree. It's the kind of progress that might go unnoticed by most, but it's vital for the industry.
All right, that's all we have time for today. Remember, it's the little things that hold big projects together.
Thanks for tuning in. Next time you see a window, think about the hidden heroes keeping it in place.
Until next time, keep building smart.
And don't forget, respect the shims.